A woman floated on the sea with her newborn baby for 3 days and nights. Their only shelter was the sinking container. She casually threw the baby's diaper into the sea, which quickly attracted a few fish to gather around. She hastily made a simple fishing tool, but catching fish was not as easy as she thought. Just when she was desperate, she suddenly saw an airplane in the sky. Excitedly, she hurried back to the container to find a piece of glass, but accidentally cut her thigh on the way back. Despite the pain, she quickly stood up to call for help. Unfortunately, the people on the plane were too far away to see her. To prevent infection in the wound, she disinfected it with liquor and then used headphone wires to stitch it up. The excruciating pain almost made her faint. To catch fish for nutrition, she knitted a simple fishing net with the headphone wires, placed it in the sea with a diaper as bait, and patiently waited for the fish to bite. After waiting for a few minutes, a fish fell into the trap. Finally, she had a full meal. As time passed, she had stored a lot of food. To escape the danger quickly, she wrote hundreds of rescue notes and put them into plastic boxes, then threw all the boxes into the sea, hoping someone would find them soon. She drained the water out with a pipe regularly. Otherwise, once the water filled up, they would sink to the seabed. Worried about the baby feeling cold, she put liquor in a thermos cup and lit it on fire to keep the baby warm. Unable to unlock the phone due to a damaged screen, she could only wait for her husband to call. However, one night, her husband suddenly brought bad news that he had been shot and was in critical condition. Unable to save the woman, he tearfully asked the woman to stay strong and live on. Despite being deeply saddened, the woman did not complain, but instead told her husband about giving birth to the baby. She then asked her husband to say some comforting words to the baby and gave the baby a timid name. When the phone ran out of battery, they lost contact completely. Several days later, the water level had risen to its highest point. She had to prepare for the worst. She made a small raft with wooden planks and plastic boxes in case the container sank, and they could drift for some time. Soon the appearance of a seagull gave her hope because wherever seagulls appeared, it meant land was not too far away. However, the good times didn't last long. At night, the sealant used to plug the leak suddenly fell off, and seawater rushed into the container at a rapid pace. She wanted to retrieve the stored food, but got her foot entangled in a rope. She had to dive underwater to cut the rope. After a lot of effort, she finally escaped. However, when she resurfaced, the baby had drifted somewhere unknown. She shouted loudly on the sea, which attracted the attention of a whale. The whale intentionally splashed water on the baby, causing the baby to cry. The woman found the baby's location and quickly swam over. Fortunately, the baby was unharmed. The whale then left. They floated on the sea all night. The woman knew she had done her best. She held the baby's hand and said some heartfelt words. Seeing seagulls, she took out the fish from the box, attracting a group of seagulls. Coincidentally, a fishing boat passed by and noticed the unusual behavior of the seagulls. They quickly approached and rescued the baby onto the boat. Following the rope, they found the woman, but she was in critical condition by then. Fortunately, the kind fisherman did not give up and eventually saved the woman after a rescue effort. It's hard to imagine a woman floating on the sea for a whole month, surviving with sheer perseverance while taking care of her baby. One cannot help but admire the immense power of maternal love